Hey there, I'm going to give you a simple tip for navigating really difficult conversations or for having to talk in in a setting that makes you uncomfortable. So the first thing you have to recognize is if you're uncomfortable, you're not going to be able to hide it. it's not going to be it's not something you can just like pull out and stick somewhere and nobody will notice. It'll show up in your body language. It'll show up in the way you're breathing. It'll show up in how your words actually come out, tonality, and I mean it'll be visible to the person in front of you, and it'll be visible to a group if it's for a group. So this is really simple. It's called getting present, right? So get present. It's about being authentic, and it's such a simple thing, but it requires you to be genuine. So, if in fact you're going to have a difficult conversation with another person, the first thing you should do in getting present is say, I have to tell you, I'm a little bit uncomfortable about this conversation, but it's important to have. I mean, by doing that, you release that. And the other person will feel way better about it. So it's very simple. There's a variety of ways you can say that, but that's the gist. Just be real. When it comes to like a sales setting where you're suddenly in an awkward conversation, right? An awkward conversation. And I had a friend who told me a story yesterday, and the first thing he did was he communicated that he was in the situation where was responsible to deliver some information, and he had never met these people before, which was an unusual scenario in his work. And he said, "This is the first time that I've ever been in this situation, and this guy is really good at what he does." And he said, "The first time that I've ever been in this situation, and I imagine it might be unfamiliar territory for you, so I understand. I feel a little bit awkward, so I imagine you do too." Boom, you get present, it goes away, everybody's on the same page, it's a human connection. A few nights ago, in a Zoom presentation, someone was sharing their story in front of a larger group that does not know them. And first words out of her mouth were, "I'm excited to be here, but I'm a little bit nervous to be sharing." Boom, takes it right away. Everybody connects to that because everybody relates to feeling that way. And to be honest about feelings is a deep connector for human beings. The same is true if you have to speak in front of a group, unless you're a pro, unless you're a professional speaker, which you probably aren't watching this video if you are. But if you're a professional speaker, that's a different animal. Then you're expected, right? The bar is high for you. But if you're not a professional speaker, you could start easily by saying, "I'm not a professional speaker, so I'm a bit uncomfortable, but I'm grateful to be here." I mean, everybody will immediately relax in the audience, and it allows you to focus on being with the audience. Just like when you say "I'm uncomfortable" in a conversation, it allows you to focus on being in the conversation. Otherwise, what your focus is on is not appearing to be uncomfortable, which means you're being inauthentic. You're not being totally in the moment. So get present. It will help you incredibly in all kinds of situations and make them easier to navigate. Hope that's helpful for you in some way.